my
You're
channel, and I
muted.
cannot freaking believe that I noticed that I was muted. I keep doing this today. Even at work, everybody kept muting themselves. So one of our developers was like, I've been talking for like 2 minutes, and I just realized I was flipping muted. So
I thought it was me for a second. I was like, damn, I've unplugged myself again.
That's not the intro.
I blame Fat Steven.
yeah,
Where's the
we're
intro?
Working on like which one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't do your intro.
You didn't do the intro.
Wow. All that work just went to the trash bag. I'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh
It's not too
gosh,
late.
don't take it so personal.
I'm
Hang on a
not.
second. Here
Professional
we go.
rhythm.
Hang on. Here we go. There we go.
Yay, I loved it.
Ego restored.
I freaking love that intro. I'm
I
like
gotta work on the
totally embarrassed that I missed that. Okay, somebody explain to me what the term weebs means. I know what waifu
Oh my
means. I know
God.
that one.
Isn't it just shortened for dweebs?
No,
A
weeb.
weeb is.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and go ahead. That's
Oh,
you.
well, thank you. A weeb is
Yeah,
a derisive
don't-
term for a non-Japanese person who is obsessed with Japanese culture and that they wish they were actually Japanese. Like,
what's
a
the
weeb is
other
always
word?
talking about how cute or kawaii his favorite or her favorite are claiming to be his or her waifu. It's pretty much the anime character.
Oh,
that-
what's the other one?
Wait. Let's see. Eat the magic. Hello, weeb equals anime nerd. Oh, okay. Because
Yes,
somebody
it's an
called
anime
me a live stream waifu, and I had to look that sucker up because I hadn't heard of that before. I was
Yes.
like, oh, cool.
There's
You know
another
waifu?
phrase. It's so okay. Weeb equals. I would say weeb equals anime nerd. Otaku is more of the Japanese, obsessed with Japanese culture, but it's not Japanese type of person. So there's two different ones. I'm a weeb. I would say I am a weeb.
I feel like a poser weeb. I'm selectively invested in Japanese, like I love anime, so I'm what you would call a cultural appropriator.
You just enjoy good things.
I enjoy the things.
Yeah, you enjoy things, and hell, America's not giving us good shit. So.
No, I mean, I kind of feel the same way. It's like I wasn't as into it then, like kind of like as I am now, because I just didn't have the time. Now it's just so much crap sucks. Now I'm really getting back into it. But over at Epcot, okay, over Disney World, right? Japan Pavilion has this department store, Mitsukoshi department store. Okay.
Ooh.
Soon as that sucker, and there's like a crowd to get in before it opens, right? Soon as it opens, everyone goes, okay, maybe not everyone, like 90%, heads right over to the anime and manga section to basically inhale all of the flipping merchandise that they have over there.
What other choices do we have?
Yeah, what's our other options?
Save money. That's our other option.
Like
I'm not
like
saving
we
money in
some
there. It's
merchandise.
just open up my wallet and just suck everything. Although I was mad, out of all the little Nintendo plushies, they did not have a blue shell, so I was feeling some kind of way about that.
That's illegal.
ridiculous.
It was already thrown.
It's hard for me to be attached to the blue shells because I'm so rarely in first.
I never get the blue shells. Like to throw it.
Really?
As
Never.
someone who's always in first, yeah, they're very annoying. So I'm gonna be Mario Kart superiority complex at the moment. So yeah.
Always seem
Oh,
to
that's
have
where
one of
we're at.
those. And I usually always yell, don't take this personal. And people don't understand what that means until that blue shell bang in the ass.
Like, sorry, boom. It's like, no.
To the point where when I say that, people are like, oh my God, slow down.
No, I'd do double dash, and my brother would be the driver, and I'd be the thrower, and it was the best. I love that because I sucked at driving, and he wasn't that great at throwing, so that's just what he did. But the worst is when you get the blue shell, and then you enter first place, and you forget you're in first place, and then you throw it at yourself, and
Oh my gosh, you can do that.
yes, you
Oh
could.
my gosh.
Yes,
can
if
see
you
that.
hit first place after you've like thrown the blue shell,
Mm-hmm.
you will get hit because it automatically goes to the first place person.
To the first
Yeah.
person, yeah.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
pisses
it's
me
fun.
off when I'm like in second, but then I get in first right as a shell's been thrown and it hits me right as they're passing me anyways.
Yeah,
So now I'm
I
not
know
in
that.
first again.
But that's
Oh,
why
it pisses me off.
It pisses me off when I'm in fifth and it hits me anyway. What the fuck, dude?
Why do you care? I'm in fifth. What the?
I
What
think
the hell?
besides the blue shell, it's got to be the lightning striking you in the ass. That's just
Mhm.
not one
The
of my
lightning.
favorite things to happen in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
You know what is satisfying is when you see everyone around you spin out from lightning, but you had a star. Ah, bitches!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Suck a
Yeah.
dildo!
Am I sensing a future Mario Kart tournament happening, or
Girl,
are we
every
gonna?
Thursday on Twitch. Let's go.
I
Let's
have to get a Switch. As soon as I get a Switch,
Oh yeah,
then,
I don't have
yeah,
that.
girl.
then folks can laugh at me while I try to remember how the frick I played this game. Why
I
it
was just
gives
gonna
me
invite
road
y'all
rage.
over. Hey guys, just come over here.
I consistently finish fifth amongst really great players all the time, so I'm happy.
Huh.
I was like, no, I know what I am. I know what I am.
I just cover up the screen where the 2 for the 12 is, and I'm always in first. I just don't care.
Nice.
I'm just happy when I'm in not last.
I just say I'm loser sweepstakes because I'm still figuring out remembering how to play. So I'm like always in last usually.
Ah, you pick it up. You pick it up.
But folks, thank you so much and welcome to the Anime Girls fan stream where every month we pick some anime to basically go over and talk about and share with all of you. So let's see, we have Mary Mayhem on the panel, we have Mandy Summers on the panel, we have Erisa Chaos on the panel, and we have Fat Steven holding the, what is that?
Crisco,
Fat man.
Is
I'd
that
just like to
Chris? Wait,
say
It's like
thank you for letting me on. You're surrounded by all these women. And I'd just like to
Ah.
say from the bottom of my heart, suck it, chat.
No.
suck it, chat. Wow.
I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Rude.
Cancel
It's gonna be a whole lot worse.
Oh my God.
hasn't it?
He did have misogynisms. He must be canceled.
That is some disrespectful shit.
Yeah, he just stated he's surrounded by women and they can all suck it. But,
No, that's not what I said.
misogynism.
I said chat. You missed the last part.
We should
Whatever.
switch it up next month and have Fatal J join us instead.
Ooh,
I'm just saying.
that's
He's in the
idea.
chat. I saw his name, so I was like, hey.
Oh,
"No
Fatal,
offense,
you
Steven.
in chat?
We love you, Steven. We
No,
love you.
bye.
No offense,
Wow.
Steven.
Very
No
just
offense.
Wow.
No
winging.
offense.
No
I know. I
joking.
really
From
love you. I
dildos
didn't
to
mean it like
kicking
that.
fat
Nah.
I
Steven.
didn't mean it like that.
Wow.
I didn't mean it like that.
You meant it like that. Don't lie.
I did not, Eris. You're not helping. You're not
I
helping.
There goes
For
my
real?
self-esteem. I'm back to
Right.
For
When
real
it-
though, I was at Universal and I saw this T-shirt that had that said "It's over 9,000." I'm like, Fatal
Yes.
J needs that shirt
Yes.
gonna-
from my Dragon Ball Z. He needs that shirt.
Yes.
Oh my
You have
gosh,
a ton of fun with us.
I think he
Wow.
would. I think he would. Fatal. I'll tell you, Fatal. I'll connect with you. See if you can come on the next anime.
Can't have
stream.
my
That'd be-
spot. No, you can't have my
Woo.
spot. No, it ain't
Oh, I
happening.
did. Who said that?
Well, we're
She did.
kicking off the white male, and
Yeah.
so
We're gonna do a diversity promotion for
Yes.
This
Yes,
stream is
I am the
sponsored
cat
by-
representation. We have,
Mhm.
we
got it.
I'm the two who has one cup representation.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Oh man, well, folks, let's see who's in the chat here. First of all, thanks again to Big Alchemy for becoming a
Yay.
channel member. I so
Yay.
appreciate your support, folks. If you are a channel member, please do make sure to take the poll to choose where I should do the member stream live on location from. So please do go and vote for that.
Is
Gonna
the
make a
beach an
decision.
option?
That might be under the surprise me
Ooh.
catch all. Yeah.
Yay.
I'm so
Yeah.
upset.
So go ahead and vote. Why?
I don't know.
Just because?
Well,
It's a
how
day
dare
that
you
ends in
put a
Y.
white? Yeah, he has a white male avatar. I'm triggered. We're gonna have to get rid of it.
crying
Aren't you a white
NPC.
woman pretending to be a black cat? Let's get into
No,
that.
I
And you're
am.
wearing a fez. Okay,
No.
we got prom here now.
I am. I cannot
Looking for
physically
answers.
represent myself. So I am just putting on cat face for the moment. I am transitioning to Catwoman.
Then I put it on beauty face and you deal with it.
Why the fuck do you put shit like that up, Steven? I can't with that.
I'm so used to it. I'm just like, what the? Yeah, okay. And we're just going to keep the show on rolling. Hey, Snortapoopas Cuber, thank you for being a channel member. He says, hello, humans and other critters. Well, hello to you.
Hi.
We have Zachariah315 in the house. Says, howdy, Lorena, Mary, Mandy, Laura, and Eris.
Hello.
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 Howdy. There we go.
Let's see. And we have Dennis Kachakis who says, hey, everyone. Well, hello, Dennis. Hello to you. Glad you could make it. And we have Keely Chow who says, hey, everybody. Well, hello, Keely. And Roll Tide, of course.
I just realized I was waving to people like an asshole and nobody can see me.
Oh yeah, I do that, and yeah, you're just like, oh. Wait.
I do that too. It's all right. It's all right. I do that too.
Yeah.
And here's Eris talking to woohoo and party time.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is party time. Party time indeed. And here's CJ who says, hello, everybody, and welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you, my dear. And we have Spencer from Bounding into Comics who is here saying, let's go. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've been looking forward to this for like a whole freaking month. And Apollo's Minion says, hello, chat. Well, hello to you. Hello to you. And let's see. We already blew Peter up last time. He says bloody weird.
Hi, Pete.
Hey, Peter.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. I know what about Assassin's Guild President Walt. He couldn't stay. He said season 1 was awesome, and I do wholeheartedly agree to that. Mm-hmm. Yes, there is a Demolition Man joke in there. He doesn't know about the 3 shells.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ever seen the movie Demolition Man?
No.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
It's a good popcorn / Stallone movie.
Nice.
Sandra Bullock is in it too.
Oh, cool.
Hey, your Muslim uncle. So thank you, ladies. Now I have a reason to watch.
Yay!
Yes.
Yes.
And let's say there's so many of you awesome people in here with us. Let's see. There's Michelle and Natalie from Force of Entertainment says hi, everyone. Hey, ladies. So good to see you guys here. My hero burning monorails. You're funny, Christopher. Although there hasn't been a monorail on fire in a while. So
I don't mean it like that. Disney. That's rude. It's rude.
She did like that. She did. Yep.
Are monorails catching on fire? Did I miss something?
No. Disney's been having a problem with their monorails. Having to evacuate the monorails and all that stuff.
They ran over a semi.
That's why I tell you.
Have you seen those videos where the trains run over semis? That happens way more often than you'd think.
How fucking dare you, Fat Steven?
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh, that's too freaking funny. Hey, Gary. Oh, Ass stole Nina. Oh, okay, well, hopefully he can bring her back.
In the same condition he took her.
Exactly. I love how specific Mandy was about that.
You gotta be with us. You gotta be specific.
You really do.
You really do.
No. Oh my god.
Hey, Rogue Disney says howdy, y'all. Well, howdy, Rogue Disney. So good seeing you. Good seeing you. And let's see. Of course, Mary says, I'm here too. Of course.
Thanks.
Canceling people.
Of course she is. Let's see. Big Alchemy said, I'm waving back to Mandy right now.
Oh, thank you, because I'm still doing it. So yeah.
Girl, it's a habit. It's a habit. I'll be like, hello. no one can freaking see me, and I'll do that. But it's you kind of just used to it, feel included. Hey,
Mhm.
Sporky, hey Scott, and congratulations on the little baby boy Spork of
Oh,
yours that was born
He's such a
congratulations.
good
recently.
family man. I love me some Spork.
Yes. If you ever want to talk My Hero Academia, I am in. Well, Scott, I will keep that in mind. Thank you for letting me know. And thanks for being here. And let's see. You guys are just getting around to talking about My Hero Academia. Well, yes and no. See,
Wrong.
the chicks on the panel, we kind of rotate between which anime we want to talk about a particular week. Okay, that's freaking scary.
God
That's
damn you.
Oh my god.
I'm looking at Steven and I'm looking at Eris's avatar, and it's like two faces of my dearly departed cat Kayla. Okay, it's the
Oh,
what face and the face. It's funny
See,
just looking at that.
you
Oh my
know,
gosh.
this is. So I'm the anime, and that Steven is the Netflix adaptation. So
There you go.
That's- yeah.
You're the
I
CW
love it.
adaptation.
I
really,
love
because at
it.
least I look good.
She got here first, damn it.
Hey,
I'm the OG material. Okay.
but never sticks to the source material.
But to answer your question, Shum, yeah, it's just that it was Mandy's turn to pick the anime. She picked My Hero Academia. So some of us have been watching it for a while. So yeah. So we're talking about it. We are talking about today. And let's see. Eat the Magic. Theme park food reviews. Hello. Mono means one and rail means rail. I remember that episode of The Simpsons. That's one of my favorites. And let's see, thank you so much,
Oh,
Scott, for
fuck.
the $5 super sticker. I so do appreciate that. It's the Teal Buddy guy saying, keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that, Scott. I sure as heck do. Folks, please subscribe to Sporky News Podcast, this channel, if you haven't yet. He does the Dump Show. I believe it's twice a week, right, Scott? I believe like on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Probably not right now because of the new baby, but that's usually when I believe that he broadcasts. Aster for Jaden says, "Praise My Hero Academia." Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes. Oh God, we're gonna get into it. How much we freaking love this anime. Thank you, Keely. Thank you. I do miss her. I miss her a lot. Professor X misses her too. She used to be the one to get up in the morning and cry to be fed, and he never had to. So now he does it.
No, no. Oh.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he does it now. So it's it
It's
really
sad.
it really is. He's like,
Mary's
"Oh."
cat looks like something's got its hand up its ass. Do y'all say that?
Oh my.
It don't look right.
It fell
Oh.
off the broom for Kiki's delivery
It's
service.
because
and it
the
landed
eyeballs are clear or transparent or whatever for some reason.
That is
I don't know why.
funny.
I
Oh,
didn't make them
God.
transparent.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it sad. But yeah, it gives me actually good memories when I see black cats. This is like the first Halloween without her, so
Oh
so
no.
I love seeing the black cats though. It's like it's sad a little bit, but I have happy memories because that heifer was spoiled all of her darn life. She was absolutely freaking spoiled. Oh my gosh. So let's see. 22 of you folks in here watching. And yes, we are talking season 1 of My Hero Academia. And Mandy picked this. So
Hell of a pick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why'd you pick it?
It always looked cute. I had never watched it before, but my little one was really, really into it. And I thought, well, it looks cute and it's got a little frog girl. So I figured, hey, if my pick, let's watch this and then I can watch it with my little one too. And y'all, I'm addicted. I'm on season 5. I'm like completely caught up. I've bought the books. I bought the game. I bought the movies. I bought merchandise. I absolutely love it's what I've been missing from like comics.
Yes.
This is what I've been missing. The hero's build. Like he's not he's not like all powerful. He, you know, he has to work. All of these
Oh
heroes have
my
to work
God.
their ass off. I absolutely love it. I even love the side characters,
This is what
like,
Marvel
which is
wishes
weird.
it was.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes,
This is what
Yep.
Marvel wishes it was.
yes.
It's
This, if
taking.
I could, oh, go ahead,
Sorry.
Lubbock. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. It's your assignment. Go ahead. I apologize.
Oh my God.
My googly eyes and you staring at me.
I was just gonna say, if I could pick any one thing that I wish I had written, this is it. If
Right?
this is the one thing that if I could say I wish I had created that, this is without a doubt what I would have wanted to create. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's like Marvel meets Harry Potter.
It is, yes.
It's really
It's-
great. I was expecting, so I've got my notes here, right? So maybe we should do like a little layout here. So like if you haven't seen the series, it's the premise is that 80% of the population has developed these sort of superpowers. They're called quirks, right?
Mhm.
And some of the people use them for good, and some people use them for evil. But a lot of the people, or a lot of the spin puts on that the superheroes. A lot of the superhero stuff that goes on today, the spins are pretty cynical, right? Like a lot of the stuff that we watch, like it's all like gritty and the undertones, right? They're deconstructions of the superheroes that we know and love from like the 30s and 40s with these dark undercurrents and these concepts. But and at first that's what I thought that this was going to be, right? Like at first I thought, oh man, 80% of the population having power seems like it would really make things pretty terrible for the 20% that doesn't, but it doesn't, right? And so and All Might, at first when you see All Might, you're thinking like, oh man, he's got to be hiding some dark evil secret, because he just looks really, really fucking evil when you first see him, right? Like, tell me he doesn't look fucking evil when you're looking at him.
I didn't
didn't
think
say
he
it.
looked evil, but
didn't either.
he was just so
Too
he
good to
was
be
over-
true.
He was over the top.
Exactly. Yeah.
Too good to be true. He's over the top. And when you see like Izuku looking at like the video that he always wanted to see like over and over and over and over again, and All Might has like all these people and he's like always smiling,
Mhm.
You
And
thinking? I was thinking there's some shit he's hiding, and there's some shit he's hiding, but it's not him being a bad guy.
No,
he's
it isn't.
just, it's this really cool notion where I thought this was going to be like a deconstruction, and instead, no. My Hero Academia loves its superheroes. It loves its characters so much, right? Like I thought we were getting this satirical show, and there are some elements of that, right? Like All Might, you would think that he kind of is reminiscent of the Tick sometimes when I look at him. Like he gives me a little bit of a Tick vibe. But no, My Hero Academia really loves its characters, and Deku really longs to be a superhero, and the show embraces this like completely wholeheartedly. But he's made to earn it. He's totally made to earn this thing, because this thing breaks his body every time he tries to use it.
Absolutely.
There's also another underlying undertone as we go through like the next seasons and such when it comes to All Might, and it also comes to the whole superhero trope. We're all taught and told that superhero abilities are born with, depending on not only the generation of the family and how the child has come to be, that they're not makeable, they're not transferable, they're not anything. And this is a trope that is now breaking that barrier, that All Might has to keep this secret, that this power that All Might has is passed down from we don't know how many generations, because we're only in the first season. And at the same time, it's not only earned by hard work, by how it can destroy your body, like we're looking at Deku, but we're looking at the fact that this, if it got out, could ruin everything across the board. And I think it's over the top.
Right, it could ruin the perception that a quirk is something that that you're born with. Yeah. And not only did I think that was also a very interesting take on it, because when I first started watching it, it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna get this show about all these people who were born with this superhero ability, and Deku, just heartbreaking when he finds out that not only does he not have a quirk, but his mother
breaks his heart.
I was crying.
I was on the floor. I was like, can't you just tell him, well, maybe it'll come later, just like
you don't
not
know.
like his spirit like this. And she's just like, I'm
As
just
4-year-old, as a 4-year-old.
that
Yeah.
young, and it just it breaks your heart when you see that. And we're just like, well, what's going to happen, with the rest of this show? But with respect to All Might, because he is my favorite character.
Oh,
Um,
mine too. Nice.
When you meet him and he's just so over the top and all of that, and then he's just like acting like something's wrong, and Deku's going on and on and on and on and whatever, and this poof of smoke, and he goes from being this big, huge buff guy to looking like a freaking stoner.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? I'm like, what?
A
what-
rift of ability and vomiting blood everywhere.
Yes.
Blood, yeah.
I did not expect to see something like that. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in American comics, where the hero just that kind of drastic difference from super buff heavy guy, kicking the bad guy's ass, to like a shell.
Well,
And
like
all of that
kinda like
protects
that.
people. He is a true hero, right? He is destroying his own. And I agree with you. All Might's my favorite character, at least as insofar as the first season goes. I've seen a little bit of the second season, but we're not going to talk about that. So, for the first season, my favorite character is All Might. I think hands down, easily, because he embodies the true spirit of a hero. He's destroying his body, and every moment that he spins in form, it's a moment that he's trying to make the world a better place. And every moment he spins out of form, he's trying to figure out how to maximize his ability to make the world a better place while he's in form. Everything he is doing is about the greater good of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Everything he does, he's all about it.
But there's also a hint, I think it's in the first or second episode, where All Might says, I received this injury that limits me in a battle that no one has heard about. And that is giving us a pretense that he went above and beyond. And because he's limitations of what he is now that no one really knows, Deku is also a hero. And that's my favorite character, because he is All Might's inspiration to not give up, even though you're reaching the end of a line. And those moments where Deku makes you cry, or All Might makes you cry, saying you can be a hero. Deku in himself is telling All Might and showing All Might, running in feet first, not caring that you can still be a hero no matter what is coming in your life.
I appreciate Deku, and I appreciate his effort, and I appreciate I really do like the character, but he'll never be my favorite, and that's because that guy cries like a little bitch.
Oh my God, and All Might clowns him for that.
He won't stop. It's like the first time I watched this show, it was so hard to continue watching it because, it's like, okay, so my main character is a little crybaby bitch boy. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, I love All Might and I love Baku.
It's like a Miss America world peace.
He's blowing snot bubbles and everything.
But that's the same as Sailor Moon, though. Look at Sailor Moon's first episode. She was crying in fear too, and she was shaking everything.
Either.
But look at the growth. I'm just saying.
By the end, he ain't crying no more.
Yeah.
I feel exactly the way you did.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was probably season 3 for me that Deku started to slowly become more of my favorite, just because All Might's, he's in it, of course, but not as predominantly as he is in the earlier seasons. So you're going to grow to absolutely adore him. His heart is so big. He has the biggest heart of any of the characters. He really, really, really comes. He gets more badass as time goes on. So.
That leads me to a question. I got a question for everybody because, and I know what the answer is for me, but like on a scale from 1 to 10, how likely are you to continue watching this series? Because we all watched it because we had an obligation to the stream, blah, 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 and like, okay, so we got to prep for that. And it's like a book club. So not every book that you read is going to be your favorite, right? Mm-hmm. But on a scale from 1 to 10, because this goes on for several more seasons, right?
Yes, on 5 right now.
Obligations set aside, how likely are you to continue watching this show?
100%.
This is my third run through.
Yeah, this is
1 to 10, Mandy. Damn it.
10. 10.
This is my my second run through. I'm on season 5, but it's just taking me longer because it's subtitles and it's not dubbed.
Oh, I
I'll hook
thought
you
it
up.
was dubbed now. Is
I'll
it?
hook
It
you
is
up.
dubbed.
It's
Yeah, the
dubbed
dubs are out
Funimation.
now.
Oh, they are?
It's
Yeah,
dubbed
I'll
on
I'll hook
Funimation.
you up. Yeah.
Oh,
They're
okay.
all dubbed on
Nine anime.
Funimation.
Yeah,
Oh,
Funimation.
and
And-
Funimation. Okay,
And
because I'm
except
watching
for
it
I
on
think
Hulu.
the last 2 episodes of season 5, those 2 were not dubbed yet. So you got to
Yes.
watch the last 2 subbed.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're on.
Oh, have they done
episode
it now?
23. Well, it's like a couple more because they release it weekly, so they're on 23. I think there's 25 episodes, right?
All right.
Yeah,
So I
think
may have
right
missed some.
now, yeah, because I'm watching it on Hulu, and right now it's like all subtitles, which
I
is
was just
why I'm
watching-
dragging ass.
I watch
Nine
it.
anime has all the dubs. Up,
Yeah, I
so-
watch it on alternative sites.
I get you. I get you.
I watch them on a
I've-
TV.
I am like 100% an 11 on the 1 to 10.
Mhm.
Definitely going to keep watching the show. I'm halfway through season 2. Keep in
Yep,
mind,
same.
I procrastinated. Okay, we had a month to do this. I didn't start until Sunday night. Sunday night. Today is Tuesday evening.
Girl,
Okay?
13 episodes, half hour. Come on, you can
Yes,
do that.
I know. Okay, so 5.5, 6 hours, I think it was. I watched the whole first season and
Mhm.
proceeded to start watching the second season. Sorry, Andrew, because we were watching it together. Proceeded
Girl.
to start watching the second season. He asked me the next day, "How far are you into the second season without me?" And I was like, I dodged that one. I did not answer. I'm
You
about
never
halfway through the
answer, Andrew.
second season because it was so good. I didn't want to stop watching it.
Yep.
Right,
Mhm.
like so, and I'm not going to get into discussion about the second season because that's above and beyond. But this show compelled me to want to continue watching. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of Cowboy Bebop.
Mhm.
I wasn't a huge fan of that.
Aaron.
Don't worry, the Netflix series will be better.
I'm
Oh,
sure, yeah.
I'm sure it
I-
will.
I wasn't wild about that one. I watched it. It was obligatory. I did my job. Okay. I was fine. We had the discussion. We're here now, though. And I'm sitting here going, why am I wasting my fucking time on this stream when I could be watching My Hero Academia right now?
Oh my kid.
No, it really is. This is everything we have been missing from comics. Like, I've watched this through since I got it on like day 2 or so last month. I've watched them through twice now, once subbed and once dubbed, all the way through all 5 seasons. I am like
Ew,
legit
nice.
addicted to this.
Mhm.
Yep. It's so good.
So
There's
good.
movies too, if you want.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
just bought the first movie, the 2 Heroes. I haven't watched it yet, but I bought it on
It's-
Blu-ray.
And there's a PlayStation game.
And I've got the game on Xbox, the
Yeah,
fighting
yeah.
game. I got both of those.
Yeah,
I went and bought them both.
I have to get the movies, but I just know from the first episode, I was just hooked.
Yeah.
Because it's like you, even though yes, he did whine a lot and he was,
Mm-hmm,
getting bullied and everything, you had to feel for
Mhm.
for Midoriya. You really,
Oh, I was
really
crying.
did.
Yep.
And oh God, Bakugo is such an a-hole.
He's one of my favorite. Well,
But I
honestly,
love
I'll say
him.
that, but I could say it about every single character. Like, that's the one thing that I just so appreciate is even the side characters are so well written
so
that you
good.
fall in
Yeah.
love with all of them. There is
You
not one
do.
character that I can say I don't like. And as it goes on, more are introduced, and I like all of them too. So I mean, it hasn't jumped the shark. It's still freaking
Right.
good, and they're still making them weekly. So
I can't believe it just.
Oh.
Oh God, Mary! I had to put this on there. You like that? Thank you for the $2, my dear. Being a channel
Oh
member.
no.
You like that backhanded rude ass compliment?
I think also, even though like I think with the way Deku and like we were seeing as a crybaby, I'll agree with you. Like the first time I watched the first 2 episodes, I stopped watching it. This was like way back when it first came out. I was like, oh God, crybaby, can't take it. But I think in a way, his mother not giving him false hope inspired him to start that notebook and how he was taking notes on all the moves of heroes and villains. And that is what made him such a smart, intellectual, and tactful person, especially when we're getting later in this season where they're doing like the tests. And he got his one up on Bakugo. He did. He got it very good.
Oh yeah.
I think even though he's a crybaby, he's still smart and he applied himself to a different method.
Well,
I think for him. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Eris.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. I know this is hard to forget, but something I guess I just reminded myself of. These guys are freshmen in high school. They're kids.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to
14.
remember that, but yeah, like I mean, I wasn't.
Yeah, they're 15.
Yeah.
They are. It's like they're
You don't forget.
and you have to kind of remember the whole thing. Like with, I'm gonna call him Deku because there's a point to call him.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
confusing as fuck when they take all the names. Like they call them different names each because they have a first and last name, and some of them have nicknames on top of that, and they interchange. They use them interchangeably. Getting their names figured out is a fucking nightmare.
Oh my
So I
god,
didn't mean to interrupt,
it was a
I'm just saying.
pain. And the only reason I remember Deku is because
They made a
Achako,
point.
who is really cute, I like her. Achako was like, "Oh yeah, I like Deku," and he's like, "Oh okay,
Okay.
When
You
they-
call me whatever the fuck you want, lady.
they do like the high school, stuff. Like you've got,
Yeah.
the overt bully, which is like, what Bakugo is, and like for Deku having to navigate, those feelings of, basically having Bakugo treat him like crap. And then okay, I'll say Midoriya. Then, he meets his like idol, All Might. He meets him, turns into a complete and total fanboy, and finds out he's going to inherit, One for All from him. So he cries all the freaking time.
Yeah.
I guess because the gravity of that, he meets his hero, and in a way, as annoying as it is with him like crying all the freaking time, and All Might does clown him about that, like stop crying, stop freaking crying. He tells him that. It really does just show how they revere these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Deku shows just how it seems like he can't do enough to thank All Might, because if it wasn't for him, it's like he wouldn't have been able to realize or start on that path of becoming a hero, because he does work for it.
Oh yeah.
He does.
Always working for it. And I like that, because it's not handed to him on a platter. And it seems like in a lot of American comics these days, they just hand stuff to them. And you forget about the hero trials that characters would go through, where some of them it worked, some of them they failed, some of them they succeeded at, but you never really, really knew how it was going to turn out. But the fun of it was just watching to see what happened.
Exactly. And not to mention, look at how much he worked out when he wasn't even supposed to, where he pushed.
Yeah.
He literally pushed himself. And yeah, Bakugo's mom is great.
Oh my god,
her.
I freaking love her. That whole family. Holy
I love her.
I haven't seen that one before.
I haven't seen that one either.
No.
I did write down what was it? Black Clover. I wrote that one down.
Yes.
If you're still here,
good.
so I'm gonna.
Dude, it's so
That's
good.
Over 180 episodes, so sit tight.
God.
I burned all
Nice.
through them in a month.
Nice.
Wow.
Y'all check that out.
I gotta give Deku credit. I'm gonna go back to the crybaby thing. He might be a crybaby, but that man ran head first to save Bakugo from that monster that got.
Oh,
that
yeah.
got
He
away.
did.
Oh yeah, threw
Yeah.
his backpack at him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's so like the way they created him, you really can tell that even with no powers, with nothing, this kid is a hero at heart.
Mhm.
I mean, he was made to be a hero. It's just sad he wasn't given a quirk of his own.
He's
Well,
inspirational.
Would
He
he be
is.
the character he is, like in this show? If he had been, I would say no, because he wouldn't have. I don't think he would have worked as hard. Does that
No.
make sense? Like, because
Yeah.
how he becomes the character that we love. I mean, he kind of blamed his mom a little bit for it, for how she addresses him not having a quirk, and then like in the second season, I know just touching on that, you kind of realize how much he's like his mom. You're
Yeah.
kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know if he would have had a quirk on top of that, how that would have resulted. You know, I don't know.
I don't think he ever blamed his mom. I think it's the normal trope when we're looking at a kid. That's not what I wanted to hear, but we don't ever vocalize it to our parents when we're having like that bad day or something happened at school. I don't think, because even then when he's watching his favorite video, you see him quoting, going, "It's I'm still smiling. Look, he's still smiling," and she hugged him. She didn't know what to say. She didn't know what to say, and I'm saying I'm sorry. It's like that's the common trait with most people. It's out of your control.
It was, like I said, blaming, but not really, because it's like, what do you do in a situation like that? You know, like, I'm not a parent, but, like, I can't imagine having, like, for years, for as long as, like, you could remember, your son has looked up to this hero and he wants to be exactly like him, and then he discovers that he does not, he's something that's completely out of his control. Like he can't develop the quirk or anything to help him become like that hero. In like the way,
exactly. Yeah, she realizes he's never. I mean, should she have verbalized it? Maybe not. But if you got to think back to before they realized he was quirkless, how into it she was with him and helping him build that dream and helping him pick the name and helping him pick his costume. And I mean. So, yeah, I can't imagine the heartbreak that would hit her finding out that your child, because again, they don't know that there's any kind of way to pass down a quirk. I mean, that's pretty much it for him. You're quirkless, you know, you're going to have to.
That's right.
It's heartbreaking because, no matter what you do, it's probably going to be the wrong thing because there is no right in telling somebody that your dream's never going to come true.
Right. And like what Macklin made it said, because I know for me, I watch and it's like, why didn't she, just not say that and just say, you know what, you can be whatever you want to be. And then I was like, okay, if you were really writing the show, is that what you would really do?
No.
And it comes back to this because several seasons later, she eventually apologizes to him, which shows a certain strength in of itself. My mom would never apologize for being wrong.
Yeah, she makes him his suit and tells him that I think what you're doing is so cool.
You are so hard to be supportive. I think that was just like a mistake, right? Like, because no parent is perfect, and no one's gonna know exactly how she was. It's not like when she apologized to him, right? It may have just been like that sincere parent, like accepting of reality, even though he's a 4-year-old boy and it's crushing his dreams. I think she was trying to console him. She's there. She's crying with him. She's holding him. She's hugging him. It's not for lack of love, right? It was just a mistake because as near as she can tell, this is the reality of his situation. And perhaps, placating him in that moment doesn't seem like the practical thing to do, right? Better to have him take the hit now and accept this. And she couldn't have known that he would refuse to accept it so hard and that there would be an alternative later. She couldn't have known any of that. It was just how it played out, right? You don't hate her for it. You just recognize it didn't go the way she anticipated. That's all.
Right, and we do have to keep in mind this is a mom, so I get that he was heartbroken, but I guarantee you, as a parent, she was too.
Yeah.
How you handle things while you are heartbroken like that may not always be right, but I think they address that in this so well.
Oh yeah.
It was great.
Such a good job to address it, to just bring, because I mean that's reality, sometimes you find out that you can't do the thing you dreamed of. I wanted to be a singer. I sing like shit, so it's probably not in the cards for me, but I mean, I think they did an amazing job, and yes, the villains are freaking amazing too. So
you can come sing on karaoke, Mandy.
Yay!
Shigaraki. Oh my god.
I want to add something to that, Mandy, if that's okay. I think it's also teaching the viewers that, even like you're watching it with your youngins. I know other people do as well, but it's teaching a life lesson to parents that sometimes being an adult sucks. Sometimes being a parent sucks, especially when it's out of your control and you're left there with the only one option is just hugging them.
Exactly.
There's no words that can fix it.
Well, as far as they're concerned, right? the quirks are genetic. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like you got to think, I guess another point of view, right, from the mom, which is kind of why I love her response, because it's like it's so real. You have to think she's blaming herself because she
didn't
and
pass it
as his
along.
father, they didn't pass it along. So it's like, so I'm the reason why my son cannot continue his dream. Like my genetic material was not like it did not achieve that, you know.
Oh, I never thought about it that way, but it would
Yeah.
make sense when she's sitting there crying with him that she would feel sort of responsible
Yeah.
for him being, and for it being such a big deal to him. Like, it's not like she didn't foster it, right? She'd sit him down every night so that he could go watch that same video over and over again. She fostered this love of the hope that one day I'll have a quirk and one day I'm going to make a difference in the world around me, right? She fostered it. She encouraged that. And then as near as she can tell, this is an impossibility for her son, right? Like that's actually a big deal within the show itself, is like that quirks are supposed to be inherited and that this particular one can be passed on via different means is a big deal. It's a point that's made multiple times in the show, right? That this is special. This is special. And that Deku can't just up and handle this thing because he didn't inherit it biologically, right? And so because he's taken this in an artificial way later on in his life, and by later on I mean 15, but that's still 10 years later than most kids develop it. He has to learn how to accept this and control this within himself. God, how the fuck did he explain that to his mom? I'm a late bloomer.
I don't know that it ever actually addressed how.
I don't think it was.
No, and Ion in the chat is wanting to know what the Deku name meant. Basically, it was a mean name that Bakugo called him, and it kind of means useless, like worthless. And it was a really, really mean name. But when he met Ochako, she made it like. Can y'all explain that better than I just did?
That was
So
actually
his
really good.
name, when you cut off the first portion of it, what you have left is Deku, right? And so he did this as they were children, right? He slaps the label Deku on him, which I think you're right. It kind of means worthless, right, or loser,
useless or weakling in Japanese.
Weakling,
there you go,
right? And so he slaps that label on him. And he kind of carries this sort of weight around with him in terms of this nickname, which he hates, right? And Uraraka, I never could say her name fucking right.
I still can't say it right. I can't say it right.
She turns it into something sort of cute and flirtatious. You know, I had a back and forth with Andrew about this, by the way. God, guys, don't do this to him. I swear he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me for saying this out loud. So as soon as we got done watching that episode, I was like, hey, so does that mean I can start calling you Andy? And he was like, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I was like, what about Drew? And he was like, no. And I was like, but she made it cute. And he was like, no.
It's like she did. And you'll find out later on. And one of the reasons that I like it is that he took that and he like owned it. And it's like, that's the perfect name for a hero. So I like how he took that and kind of reversed it. Although, you know, Uraraka had a lot to do with that because she was like, oh, I like that. You know, I like
my God, I finally talked to a girl. Oh my God. He's freaking out on the campus floor. I'm like,
which was really cute. I like
did not
that.
actually talk to the girl. It's like, oh.
Hey, deranged lunatic. Thank you for the $1.99. But look out, ladies, the growlers on the loose. Don't go anywhere near me. Shoot. So stay over there.
Mary.
That's right. She made it a term of endearment.
She did.
Yes, so fat one.
Oh, yes, canceling one. I was wondering, can you do My Andy Academia? Can that work?
My Andy Academia.
Yeah.
You're going to get her in so much trouble.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Something else that I did want to talk about. Shim said, let's not forget that this is a story about the villains too. And another thing that I love about the show, the villains are straight diabolical.
They are amazing
in this. It makes it even more obvious how much American comics is missing the point of making your villains appear invincible, and they're nothing to play with. They're not street, they're not, your average everyday, thug. They have a purpose, they have a reason, and they're going to do anything by any means necessary to do it. So like the whole thing with the attack on the USJ, or they called it
Mhm.
Universal Studios Japan. I thought that was funny. That was crazy. It's like you go from, this field trip to kind of have like an exercise about using your powers, to you have the freaking League of Villains show up because they heard All Might be there.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
they come in like, holy shit, when they get there with the Nomu and everything. It's like,
Oh
the hell. And then
man.
they're all separated, so they're all working in their little teams and shit. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was that whole thing was
God, they
awesome.
did. Even old Grapehead, I don't even remember what his name is, but old Grape Boy, he like,
Minetta.
yeah,
Manetta.
Yeah.
he was
Oh, I
so.
don't know why.
I was sitting there going, how the fuck is this kid gonna turn this into something useful? Then they do that whirlpool shit, and he's like, and they all get stuck together, and it was just hilarious.
It
It
was
was one of the
great.
funniest ways I've ever seen to solve a problem like this, right? Like that was so inventive and ingenuity. That was honestly one of the highlights of the whole series for me, because this kid who really doesn't mean all that much to the overall story, he's kind of a joke. Gets to do this really amazing let's have this really amazing moment, which is why when we say like we even love the side characters, the show goes out of its way to give even the side characters their moment in the sun.
Oh,
does.
I love that. There's the frog girl.
Yeah, Sue is amazing.
She's great.
All the
Belly
side
button girl.
characters ended up being I mean, like I said, there is not one that I don't like. And I know a lot of people, like, I know they're petitioning now to get Minetta removed and stuff. I love that pervy little shit. I think
does.
and
He's
he
gotta
does.
have
As
one.
the seasons go on, he does all of them. You're gonna, as you watch the seasons, what's really
Mhm.
great about, I know we're focusing on one, but I think it's really important to bring up, they grow throughout this. They don't stay the
do.
same. They literally grow into their powers. It's amazing to watch. They did what a lot of even sitcoms in America can't pull off, which is making the kids grow into functioning adults that still have their own problems. So it's really amazing watching the characters evolve into what they are now in season 5. It's incredible.
And speaking of Mandy, one point, like I want to bring up Tenya Ida
Oh,
to
I
the
love
right
him.
with him, and he's like, I'm the second son, so it's my job to hold up, the family name because
Yeah.
the family's
Oh
his
my
agency.
God.
And then you find out in further seasons what happens to his brother.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Oh,
It's okay.
Ida's such a
You're
little
there.
goody goody, though. He is such a little goody goody, and at first you're annoyed by him until you realize how invested he is in this, right? Like that goes back to these side characters who have all of this wonderful love poured into them, right? Even the annoying ones like Bakugo, he's a pain in the ass and fucking psycho. And I will be
yes.
very surprised if he doesn't turn out to be a villain. Don't tell me. Don't spoil it. I'll be very
Won't do
surprised
it.
if he doesn't turn out to be a
He-
villain.
He just kills me because
Fucking
the
lunatic.
way he is, he's just freaking psycho to the point where he did something where he actually seemed pretty cool and it freaked his classmates out.
The guy's a Luna fucking tick. I even like Yuga. You know the guy with the belly? The belly
Yeah.
dude?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. He's great.
I've
He
never
is
seen
so
him.
flamboyant. He is
Fucking
amazing.
gay as shit.
He is. He is. Oh my gosh.
The
I
gayest little
love
cream
him.
puff in the whole fucking thing. Fucking Deku doesn't cry as much as this bitch. It's so fucking funny.
No, and the writers really have fun with that character.
They do.
They really have a lot of fun with that character. And like Denki, right? not a character that you would really think about often, but I think it's great that when he uses electricity, he becomes a fucking idiot for a few minutes and
yes.
just walking around. I mean, it's freaking hilarious. He's back there drooling on himself. It's
All of these
great.
wonderful little eccentricities that they give these characters that make this world feel really, really lived in.
Mhm.
And when you get into it, you feel like you get to know these people with just snapshots, because they have to spend a lot of time on All Might, right? They have to spend a lot of time on Deku because that's where this main plot is right now, right? So you can't like necessarily take entire episodes and devote them to all of these side characters. So they get moments, right? They get moments and overarching stories, and those moments, they get so much mileage out of those moments, right? Because they know these people, whoever, I don't know who the fucking writers are of this, but this shit is well fucking written. Like
It is.
really well fucking written.
Oh my gosh. It's just like, just when you think it can't get better, they will pull something out of just nowhere, like this curveball, and throw it at you.
Mhm.
And it's just something else. Like the one character, Todoroki,
Oh, I love him.
and an issue with him and his dad and how the two quirks that he had. Oh my God. I was just like,
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
more
shit.
second season though, right? Like first season only has a little bit.
yeah,
I'm
you'll find
so-
out more in the second, in the second season.
Shoto and Endeavor have a huge
Yeah.
a huge role to play, and it's very interesting looking at their relationship because it is a very fucked up relationship.
It is,
for lack of better words.
term.
Dysfunctional.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
super dysfunctional.
Yeah, super
Very much.
dysfunctional.
All the
So
ladies
it's-
love icy hot. Yeah, I just thought that was cool that he had like hot and cold. I just thought that was a cool quirk.
It's a
to
perfect
put
balance
together.
because he starts when he uses too much of the cold, he starts to freeze. But then he could use the heat to keep himself
Balance it, yeah.
going.
Mhm.
So he has a really, really, really cool power. In fact, I would say, besides for Deku and Bakugo, he's definitely right up there with those two with how
Super
useful,
powerful.
yeah, how useful his power is.
Well, and the inventive ways that they find to use these
I know.
powers, right? Because it makes sense, right? Like the sweat, his sweat turning into basically like nitroglycerin, right?
Mhm.
And he can use that to
Mhm.
propel himself forward, to give himself speed boosts, right?
Mhm.
Like that makes sense. The way that they manipulate their powers, as you would if you had to go out into the world and you had a very specific narrow power set, right? That only allowed you to do certain things, you would find every way possible that you could to manipulate that power set into giving you other strategic advantages, because you're going out into a battlefield that's going to get your ass killed, right? And so you have to find every way possible to maneuver yourself in these situations. So of course they would come up with little gadgets and trinkets that might collect all of that sweat so it builds up and it's over 9,000. I know that's a different anime, calm down. Don't at me. Like, of course you would do that. I can't think of a better way to put it, but besides it feels so lived in. This
It
feels like a
does.
really lived in world.
It feels real. Like these characters are actually like people almost. Because they're all different. They all have different personalities. It's like this is so real, and there's so many self-inserts nowadays and everything. And I don't just mean in comics. Comics is especially atrocious when it comes to self-inserts. But
Yep.
I mean like in everything. It's like when I watched this, I was like, this is the superhero genre, which I thought was so oversaturated and so overdone, had just been reborn. And not like in a deconstruction, not like in
Right.
a gritty version like The Boys or like The Dark Knight, like
Mhm.
but like a one that's like
No, it loves these characters. It's not here to subvert them. It's not here to subvert them at all. Like I agree with you. Like this would have been a really great setup for like a Watchmen, like subversion, like deconstruction, getting into those nitty underlayers, right? Those dark undertones. Like it was a pretty great setup for that.
now. You know,
We have way too much of that, and it like I was ready for it to be that, and I was sitting here getting ready to like put on my Dark Knight panties and just
Right.
call it handled, right? Like
Right.
we're just gonna sit there with my cereal bowl and my Dark Knight panties and my bathrobe and watch
Mhm.
some subversion of my expectations and just tuck in, okay? But that's not what happens. This show really loves its characters, right? It really loves its superheroes, and it dives into them and it relishes them, and it absolutely relishes that underdog taking up this mantle, right? This underdog becoming the potential most powerful superhero in existence, right? And he's granted this not because he has strong powers, but because he has a strong heart, and because emotionally he's capable of handling this burden, and mentally he's capable of doing what needs to be done in order to bear these powers. So then he just has to whip into shape the thing that can be whipped into shape, which is his body. Because I'm sorry, but if you start out a mental, flabby, uncaring, self-absorbed jackass, the idea that you'll ever move past that and be able to see past yourself and to embrace these powers and do actual good in the world is limited, right? So let's whip what we can into shape. Your body, and he does. He whips his body into shape. Go, gadget muscles. They were great. They popped the fuck out. 10 months. They make it clear. 10 months he beat his body into submission to be prepared to not still be able to prepare to handle the powers that are coming to him. It doesn't take it lightly. It doesn't take it lightly.
And I love the fact that I think what made me fall in love with this series is how much it like you're saying, loves its characters, but loves the hero's journey.
Yes.
Yes.
And just that reverence for all the stages of the hero's journey, like the one episode where All Might writes a letter to his mentor, Gran Torino. He's I like him.
Oh,
He's
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 awesome.
a trip.
He's fucking great.
Him and his fish cookies. He writes the letter to Gran Torino, telling him, I'm working here, I'm working at, UA, that he's found a successor. And then he talks about why he's picked this one as his successor, that he has a heart of a hero, that he feels he's so deserving, that he works so hard to prove himself. And then All Might basically says in so many words that he hopes that he can be as good a mentor to Deku that Gran Torino was to him. Girl, you see the letter that he's writing, and you see like all the Japanese characters on the letter, and it's usually All Might. It's like he's like Hollywood, and he's on, but in that segment he's just real.
Right.
And it brings tears to your eyes, and it's just like it makes you fall in love with that vulnerability that a hero has, that a hero know how much they know, but know that there's so much that they don't, and how seriously they take, at least in this show, mentoring the next generation of heroes.
Yeah,
Oh,
even
yeah.
though, and he gave it to him, even knowing that may not have been the best option. The whole point of him coming to teach was the fact he could find somebody to pass this down to, right? He wanted to add another power to this quirk. But
Right.
due to the fact he is the inspiration, right? Throughout the entire season, series, everything, you hear about how he is the face of heroes. He's the inspiration. So he passes on this power to the little quirkless kid that inspired him to get off his ass and be a hero, even when you don't think you can win, you have to try. And I thought that was beautiful that they did it like that. They actually explained it so beautifully of how what made him decide to give this quirk to a quirkless kid.
Well, it had everything to do with the heart behind it, right? It had absolutely everything to do with the fact that his motivation, right? Like there was whoever he picked was going to screw up anyway, right? Like, because they're still handing it to a 15-year-old kid, right? Or you're still handing it to a kid in high school. There's no perfect option. But at the end of the day, if I'm sitting in front of, if I have to bequeath all of my everything to someone, and I have a choice between the person who has developed, who has the body of a god, right, but but is ultimately they've got that body of a god because their goals are to go propel themselves forward monetarily. Or I have a person sitting in front of me who will make use of what I give them because they're going to turn around and they're going to give into the world around them because they want to make the world a better place. I'm giving it to the one with a good motivation, with a good intent, right? Because even if they stray, even if they fall short of what their intent is, what their goal is, right? Like you shoot for the stars and you'll reach the moon, right? You look at that person who at least is capable of being taught to do better with what you give them, but their intent is good and starts in the right place. I think that's how you make the most of that opportunity. It's right. I agree with the methodology.
I also think that it comes down to that All Might is the mantle of peace. He is the symbol of peace. Everyone remembers him for saving 1,000 people in a battle, and being that he's pretty much become an idol within the not only the hero organization, but as throughout society. And picking someone that can not only pick up that mantle but live up to it or go beyond is no small task. And sometimes the weakest is also considered the strongest, depending on their mind and values. And Deku is that, even if we're not seeing it right now. He has a journey to overcome, not only controlling this power, but making sure his body can absorb and handle this power as well as his mind. He is on a mission, not only of becoming what he wants to be, but he's on a mission to protect all that he comes and meets along the way.
I just like the fact that it wasn't like All Might gave him this power and then boom, I know how to use it.
Oh,
Yes,
same.
no, exactly.
I love that
He destroyed himself trying to figure it out.
He just kept effing up. I'm like, how many times is Recovery Girl gonna have to?
She quit at the end. Like, I know that we're not talking season 2, but season 2, she's I'm not doing it anymore. You're destroying this child. Like she got mad. She got mad. And she was like, you cannot. She was like, don't you praise him for this. Don't praise him. I know this is season 2 and I'm really sorry. Like, because I don't want to like run away with it. But in season 2, they make a point of saying, don't praise him for this. He is destroying his body to make you proud. You have to find a different way.
You let him have it. It was great.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah, and I disagree with him being dumb. I think the situation, I mean, I see why you would think that.
Unaware.
Yes, he doesn't, you got to remember, he doesn't know how to do that. He doesn't know how to do one for all throughout his entire body. He doesn't know how to use this power. And keep in mind, he's not just doing it like, he's not hurting himself when it's technically unnecessary. I mean, it is, but he wants in UA. He's gonna break himself to get in UA, and he starts the first day he gets his powers. He's going for tryouts to get into UA, so he puts his heart into it because this is what he wants.
Breaks every limb on his body.
But he doesn't know how to do it. I mean, again, everybody else that you see have had their quirks since they were, 3-4 years old. They've had all of these years to kind of, on a small level, develop how to work them. He didn't get that. He got day one. You better, if you want your dream to come true, to get into this school, you better go fucking do your best. Show them you're here,
Got a whole lot of catch up to play.
Yeah, because he was way behind. Like you were saying, it's like the other kids, they had their quirks and they've been like dealing with them and learning how to use them since they were kids. He literally just got had to condition his body for 10 months. So he's got to get into UA and try to figure out how to use his quirk at the same time. So he's screwing up all over, experimenting all over. And that was actually good to see, because you see, he has to earn it. He has to learn how to master this, or it's going to kill him.
Well, and they make it clear actually that that 10 months of training was the bare minimum barrier to keep him from killing himself using his powers. Like if he hadn't done that 10 months of he cleared an entire, it was destroyed. The beach was destroyed, right? 10 months he works on this beach. He clears it of all of the debris and all of the garbage that people have let wash up onto it, right? 10 months this child has gone and turned his body into a machine, and that is the bare minimum required to not fucking die from using these powers.
He needed years to get his body into. And if All Might had met him early on, which is why it would have been easier to have went to UA and found a student who already had a quirk, because they already had an idea what a quirk feels like, how to manipulate it, how to exactly condition to use it. Yet, you know, Midoriya got it, and yeah, he kicked ass because of how big his freaking heart was. Anybody else, that probably would have broke them.
I cannot wait to see how this develops, because he's in season 2. He's just starting to get to the point at the very last step, or if it wasn't the last episode, it might have been the one before it. But at the very end of season 1, he finally gets to a point where he uses the power one time and he doesn't break his arm, right? He hurts it, but he doesn't break it, right? And so, like, one time he does that. Season 2, he's still fucking his limbs up in season 2. I can't. I'm a season and a half into this shit, and he's still breaking fingers just to fucking deal with old Icy Hot over there.
But did he break his finger? But did he break his finger when he was doing the baseball?
He breaks all fucking fingers he has, and all.
I know. I'm talking about the baseball scene where he gets canceled the first time and then puts just a little bit in the finger. Did he actually break his finger or just damage it like he did his arm?
The baseball scene?
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, you mean at the beginning of season 1?
Yeah, because that was the first point where he started to learn how to
I thought he broke it because he didn't do the next competition because he was with Recovery Girl.
They said he shattered. Well, they said he shattered it. He shattered his arm,
but he only released it right off the tip of his finger, which is why the finger broke.
Well,
let me get the super. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, I think when his arm turns like dark red, I think that's like he broke. Or he did a bad something bad.
Dark red.
I just assumed that because the next competition he wasn't there for, and they actually made a point saying we're doing the next part, everybody but Midoriya, who's with Recovery Girl.
Go see Recovery Girl. Yeah. Thank you, Nikki D, so much for the $2 super sticker. I so do appreciate it. It is the farting heart Shiba Inu dog, which I love so very, very, very much. And let's see. Hey, Kai, good seeing you. Good seeing you here. And for some reason, Go, I see your message. For some reason, it did not come up in StreamYard, but I see it. So, yes, you've been a Mediano member for 4 months. Thank you so much. He says, I love My Hero Academia, best anime of the modern era.
I haven't seen a lot, so I'm not nearly an expert on the best. But it is certainly the one I've liked the most of everything we've seen so far.
I would have to agree. It's been my favorite, I think, ever since. And actually, I have to thank Andrew for this, because I'm like, I don't know exactly where I want to start with anime, and people were throwing out suggestions. A lot of them, which I checked out, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, which is really freaking weird. But
that's crazy.
That's the first one I ever saw.
It is
it's bizarre.
That's why I'm still watching this. I can't stop.
The monologues. It's all the monologues where he's like, he took the pencil, he put it in the eraser, covered it in poison, and went out for pizza, and then went out going away.
It is insane. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And I can't freaking stop watching it. I was watching Food Wars, which I still have to finish watching. I was watching that one too. But Andrew was like, well, if you like superheroes, he's like, check out My Hero Academia. And I'd seen the swag around and everything and had no idea what it was. Started watching it and I was like, oh my God, I freaking love this. I kept getting surprised with the writing. And that's what I like. It's like, just when I thought I had something figured out, it turns out I didn't. It was like having my expectations subverted, but in a good way. And it's just like, man, this is what good writing is.
You just reminded me of that moment, and like it was like about midway through the season, maybe a little more than midway through the season, where they're doing like the heroes and the villains or whatever, right? And so you've got Ida and Bakugo, and you've got Uraraka and Deku, right? And then so Deku and Uraraka are the good guys, and then Bakuga and Ida are the bad guys, right?
Mhm.
and she catches Ida monologuing. And so she phones on over to Deku, and he's like, "Are you okay over there? What's going on?" She's like, "Yeah, we're fine. He's just monologuing right now." I was like so cracked up by that because he got into it so hard. that
He really did.
monologuing.
Yeah. I
And he
loved it
liked
when they are thinking about something. Midoriya and Lita do that where they're just like in their head and all these weird symbols and shit are coming off of them. I
Oh, yeah.
love when they're
Midoriya-
trying to.
But
He's
Midoriya
mumbling.
isn't doing it in his head. He's literally doing it out loud. Remember that
He's doing
classic
it out
thing where
loud, yeah.
everyone's
Yeah,
looking at him
everybody's
going,
looking.
"What is
I'm
he
just like,
talking
will
about?"
you
All
shut
night.
up? Because he just goes down this rabbit hole because he's so analytical. Because think about it, he's had that book where he's writing down every single bit of minutia, so he's got to regurgitate it and think out loud. It's one of the funniest neurotic things I've
Yeah,
seen.
I was told
It
I
is.
was like him when he started muttering and overthinking and analyzing everything, and I had mixed feelings about that comment. I was like,
It's funny how we see ourselves in certain characters, like Momo Yaoyorozu. Okay, that was actually me over analyzing freaking everything, and it turns out her quirk is like creation, and she figures out how something works. She can make a facsimile of it.
Yes, I love.
Which is an
God,
awesome quirk. It
Oh,
actually
it's
ends
so
up being a really,
cool.
really. You wonder how she's going to use it when you first hear that that's her quirk. You're like, ugh. Because it's same thing with Mineta, right? You hear the
Yeah.
quirk, you're like, ugh. You know what I mean? But no, the way she uses it is absolutely incredible. Because again, all of these heroes have to think of the best way to execute their quirks, right? That's the main thing. Yes, you have this quirk. Yes, you are powerful. But if this happens, how are you going to react with your quirk? Especially when a lot of times their quirk doesn't exactly fit the situation, yet they
And
still
some
have to figure out how to do it.
And sometimes, not sometimes, but in several of the challenges that they go through, they have to be aware of their partner's quirk
Exactly.
and make the decision of, okay, well, my quirk doesn't exactly fit with this situation. Perhaps my partner's is better, or even better, how to use both of their quirks together. So it's
Together.
interesting to see how they do that. It's
It's
so
really,
freaking
really
cool.
fun watching them make these like power moves together later on. I know we're not talking about it yet, but I did think that was really cool the way the
Oh,
class works together to,
Mhm.
okay, you've got this, I got this, and I got this. Let's put it together and make something fucking awesome out of it. And they make these totally plus ultra fucking finishing moves. It's great.
I know. It's just like, damn. It's just incredible.
really cool.
I'm just sitting
Deku
over here
did
trying to come up with a monologue. I want to be an evil. No, I'm serious. I want to be an evil guy. Like we should do that, right? Like we should script something out, right?
Mhm.
And I want to be the evil one.
Mary
And I
Mayhem
just want to laugh when
wanted to
and I
Mary,
just
Mary, you are Toga reincarnated. I swear, you are Toga all the way.
Wait,
I don't
who's
think she's in.
Toga?
I don't think
Who's
she's in
Toga?
season 1 or season 2, but she will show up at some point. And when you see
Remind
that,
me who
just
she
know
was.
Toga's the
Hold
little
on.
blonde girl, the villain. the
Oh,
little blonde villain.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold on, let me.
It
Oh
was at
my
this
god!
moment Mary Mayhem was
Mary-
looking for a monologue on the internet. She
You're
thought hard and
right.
deep while screaming about getting
You
Fatal
know
J on
what?
the next show and canceling
I'm
Facsimile.
sorry. Before I forget, okay, I just want to give props to Mount Lady.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
right? With the money shot.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my god,
that
I
name
love
is
her.
bad. That name has a double entendre.
It
It
does,
does.
and I
Oh.
was like, did they really just go and do that?
Yeah, she uses her sexuality to sell that quirk because they do explain to you how it doesn't matter how powerful it is. It's more about how flashy, how
Yes.
popular
Can you sell
are
yourself?
you?
Yes.
Can you sell yourself? Depends on how much they get paid. So she uses her sexuality to sell her shit. I love it.
I
Obviously,
love it because Midnight, who I also love too.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
I
her.
love
This is
Midnight.
turning me on.
And she's explaining how you have to be serious about picking your hero name. And I was like, yeah, you really want to put some thought into it.
Girl.
And
Well,
I do the
here's-
You're
flex
literally a
back. I
fetish
got
shop.
it.
like there's a good grasp of the reality of the situation on that in this series, right? Is that like when you're dealing with people on a mass scale, right? You cannot get in there and talk to each and every single one of them individually and engage with them in some kind of like personal way, right? And so you have to accept that there is a certain level of selling yourself to the masses that has to take place here. And I don't actually have a problem with that. I actually think that when you're dealing with that kind of a situation, right, and you're wanting to do some good and you're wanting to put yourself out there, that sometimes you take the good with the bad and you accept what comes with that, right? Like you're not gonna be able to get in there and reason with everybody that you have something to offer. Sometimes you just gotta lift a little ass cheek, and that's fine. I'm comfortable with that.
Exactly. Sometimes you gotta show off your mount.
You gotta do that. I'm trying to. I think it's season 2, so I'm probably not gonna say anything. But
I want to give a special shout out though to Earphone Jack. I love her and I love her powers. I'm sorry, if I had the ability to put out headphones and put them in my own head without wasting anything on Spotify, I would do
That made
it.
me mad. I'm not gonna lie, that made me mad. In the
Why?
season finale where she has that headphone jack all the way down there to her fucking leg, and she doesn't plug it in. And she doesn't. It's there. It's an inch away from the port.
Do it,
And she
bitch.
doesn't plug it in, and he still didn't kill the guy. You had a shot because he called out that he's saying, "Okay, YOLO, do it. Just put it in. What's the worst? He already caught you, so might as well put the shit in and blast his eardrums out." I'm just saying. Okay,
Because-
at this point, what have you got to lose?
Well, if she doesn't have full control over it, she can literally cause inner sound vibrations to the point where it can destroy the whole internal. She does that to solid
Okay, but
solid
wasn't that
objects.
the guy that gets stupid anyway? What's she gonna do? Burn a few brain cells? He's already like stupid from the blast.
oh, that.
He's clearly got some stuff going on in there that revitalizes everything. He'll be fine.
Not if it's internal damage.
You don't get dumb and then recover that quickly.
That's
Listen.
true.
I don't know. I've seen some Marvel properties.
I will say the belly button guy. I think it's season 3 or 4. All I'm
What?
going to say is it's probably the most hilarious use for his quirk ever, and it has to do with music. And I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, I know.
The auditorium. Oh God,
I
yeah.
know what you're
You
talking
mean this
about.
dude?
I'm
Yoga.
gonna leave it at that. I
Yoga.
saw that and I died twice.
Yeah, no, that was freaking amazing what they did with him.
Later on with him, it's even funnier because Midoriya starts getting paranoid in that weird aspect that he has an ulterior motive that like, I don't know if I want. Why are you on my balcony?
And
You'll
he's
leave it at
creepy as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
You're
why
like
do you
cheese,
want
Midoriya? Do you want some French cheese? And you're like,
yes,
oh my God, I'm out of here.
cheese.
the
Jeez.
cheese? Oh
Fuck
my
yes,
god!
cheese.
No, like I said, they do such an amazing job with all of the. They have not introduced a character yet that I didn't like. Even Tiger. Tiger cracked me the fuck up. I know he comes
Who
later,
was-
but
Oh,
he's in the
dang it.
wild pussycats. The guy. In
Oh
the
my
Wild
god,
Pussycats.
yes.
Yeah.
He's great. No, this show, it's literally like my favorite thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
I do. It's like I absolutely love it. It's just nuts how good it is, how well, all the characters work together. Like we're saying, even the sidekick characters, even how they introduce
Oh my
them. Like I
God.
love how they introduce the character,
Mhm.
and it's like a page out of a comic book, like even down to the texture about who it is, what their quirks are. And it's like like the announcer that says their voice and says like what
Present
they
Mike.
do and what. Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
funny.
love him.
I like
He's
him.
great. No,
He's
there's not a
hilarious.
single character in this show that I like when they come on screen. And that's rare that there's this many seasons so far and not one character yet has been
No.
a shit character. Mary, you're La Brava. That's who you are. And
Oh,
Andrew
that's
is
right.
the gentle,
Yes,
it's
the
gentle
gentle
criminal.
criminal.
That's
Oh
you.
my god.
Yes,
You
that
know
is
what? Every time I saw him, I kept hearing "Smooth Criminal" from Michael. And I swear to God, that's who they got it from. I swear that's what they got it, where they got it from. It just that was one twisted,
Yeah.
crazy ass relationship. But I love how they played it.
No, it's so freaking good. Whose pick is it next week?
I want to say, I believe it's going to be Eris.
Oh no.
Well,
I had
thank you for this.
several. I had several. Let me see. Ones that I love. You know what? I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make y'all watch Rising of the Shield Hero. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh no, you're not doing that to them. Oh no.
Yeah.
Are you?
Rising of the
Oh, okay.
Shield
High five.
Hero. Let me
High
look
five.
that
High
up.
five on that one.
Rising of
Oh
the
yes.
Shield
Yes.
Oh yes.
Hero.
Yes.
I
Let's see. What do
fucking
we
love him.
have?
Protect. Protect.
This is one that media actually came after and called it misogynistic, and they wanted it canceled. It was
Yeah,
actually-
it's
Wait, what?
funny. Clownfish TV kind of introduced me to Rising of the Shield Hero back when it was first coming out, and that's why I watched it, because the SJWs were so ass mad about it. What happens in the first portion of it. And that's why I watched it, because it made them mad. And I was like, I want to watch something that makes them mad, because that usually indicates something's good, right?
Yep.
So,
Wow. You
Dude,
know,
can.
that Rising of the Shield, that looks so cool. I'll
dude,
have to
You
check
have
it out.
no
I'll
idea
have to
how
I'll have
good
to somehow work that in with some manga I got hooked on called Yakuza Girl or something like that.
awesome one. Go away. Shut up. Can't say anything. Shut up. You're
Whoa.
spoiling in the chat. I just announced.
Whoa! Don't spoil it. What? No. I want me to delete that.
No.
What? Okay, y'all are funny. Y'all are funny.
Oh.
Go away. Yeah, seriously,
Okay.
I love this. I absolutely love this. I got art from a con that I'll have to show off when we reconvene.
Hold on.
But
Let me pop this up on my screen so folks
Oh my
can see
God.
what it is. And they can get a head start. Rise this one?
no, I'm messing with you, awesome one. No, that's not a spoil. Really, it's kind of obvious. Yes, that one.
Like a spoiler on Twitter. Yep, that's yes.
Ooh.
Sorry, I love this one. I burned through it so much.
Nice. Cool. Well, folks, that's what we're gonna do in about another 4 weeks.
Yeah.
What is it we're doing?
Rising of the Shield Heroes. This is Eris's pick since it's
Yes.
Eris's turn.
Shield.
One of my
Okay.
all-time favorites.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, how many seasons is this, or what do we?
We're gonna do one. There's only one season out. Season 2 should be at the end of this year coming out, so we'll only do one season.
Oh,
That's
okay.
literally all that's out. So
like 26 episodes.
yes.
Okay.
Right?
Mhm.
And let's see, you can watch it on Funimation. Looks like you're watching a Funimation. There's one. That's an option.
You're
That's
gonna
an
love it. Seriously, I'm not.
Oh, this is
Yes.
awesome. I can't wait. Yeah, Shim says season 2 starts in April. Oh, awesome. Man, I gotta keep an eye out for season 2 of Demon Slayer. Shoot.
Oh, I need to watch that. I forgot.
That's coming
about
up
that
soon.
one.
I can't
There's
wait.
another thing that's good. I think it's October. We're getting a Sword Art Online progressive movie is coming up to hold us over till 2022, where we're supposed to get the next season of Sword Art Online. If those who are fans of that show as well. Another great.
I thought season 2 was supposed to come out the end of this year, and then next year was season 3. Huh? No. I mean of Shield Hero, not Sword Art Online. Interesting. Okay. Anyway.
Cool.
Probably
Oh
to
my
reach
gosh,
fans.
I freaking love doing this show
Yeah.
with you ladies. I love it. I love it. It's so much fun, and I cannot wait for next month when we do
I love you
Rising
too.
of the Shield Hero. So why don't we go around? We'll get back to you, Fat Steven. You're my co-host.
I know it's okay.
And
Already
go
canceled.
around and kind of let people know what you have, what streams you have coming up. Besides the obvious, which I have to give OG Star Wars some love. I know she's kind of caught up in life right now, but
Yeah.
Babe the Menace is going to be on OG Star Wars' channel
Yes.
tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Yay.
Eastern. Yes, the Babe the Menace is now coming to you weekly
Woo.
with
Hell
the
yeah.
with the crazy and the fun that we all have together. So please don't miss that. So
All the
Eris,
giggity.
yes, that's right. That should be a slogan. All the giggity, right under Poontang Clan.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. Oh my God.
Oh, so Eris, what do you have coming up? Let folks know about.
Well, besides tomorrow, I have my usual Saturday show at 2 p.m. CST. My usual co-host is out because of work tisms, and So Arwen Avalon is going to be my guest, and
Oh, she's
I
so
don't.
cool.
She isn't she. She and I like just hit it off. Like I don't know. It was like we've always been friends. So
Oh, she's
It's
adorable.
great.
I love
She
her.
really is.
I love her to death. So she's gonna be my co-host. What we're covering, that is an excellent question, which I do not have an answer to. But, yeah.
They don't have
Hopefully
when it
sound
happens,
like me.
right?
Oh my gosh, you sound just like me.
I even told her that. I was like, hey, you want to co-host? I don't know what we're gonna be doing, but do you want to co-host with me on Sunday? She was like, yeah, why not? Okay.
You know, some of the best streams happen when it's like, yeah, we don't have a subject, but you know, we're just gonna go for it.
Yep.
That's what we're gonna
That's
do.
all I got.
So, Mandy, what do you have coming up tonight?
So yes, like what? Yes, Jack the Ripper is going in demand tonight. So at around 9, I'm going live, and I will be live
Ooh.
until that bad boy closes down at about 2 a.m. So I'll be live for about 5 or 6 hours. So y'all come hang out with me.
All
I'm
right,
just
yes.
chilling. So and please go check out my book, Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter. Get on board to some stabby stab.
Stab,
I
stab.
can't wait to get mine.
Yay!
And if you haven't already, like, hold on, I'll grab the link for it real quick. Seriously, guys, you're at that line there. Go.
Yeah.
Get it.
Do it.
This is it.
Do
This is your shot. Here's the link. Go get it. I'm not gonna put fancy stuff in front of it. That's the Indiegogo. Go help
Thank
Andy
you, love bag.
Spend money on Mandy. Go.
Yes. Buy Mandy's book.
Guy my back.
Buy Mandy's book. Absolutely. So, Mary, please tell the folks what you have going on tonight.
Oh, I'm so excited, guys. I always love these shows. But tonight is going to be a super fun night for me. It's Tuesday night, so I'm going to be heading over to the High Council over on World Class Bullshitters. Robot Head is our guest this evening. I'm so excited.
Nice.
Yeah, that's huge for me. I've never gotten a chance to really talk to Robot Head before, so I'm really excited to be able to get into it with him tonight. That's going to be a ton of fun. And of course, you can always catch me on Wednesday nights over on my channel for Wednesday Night Mayhem. I'm going to be doing a solo stream tomorrow. I told Andrew earlier, I was like, hey, guys, I'm just going to go solo this week. Andrew was like, what did I do? Nothing. You didn't do anything. Just going to go solo tomorrow. So just me in the chat tomorrow night. So come by, hang out. It'll be a good opportunity to just talk to me. You know, normally I have guests on, but every once in a while, I like to go solo. And then, of course, shenanigans on Saturdays. And then
Can we talk about Michael when it's just you on
Michael.
screen? Michael.
Oh, Lorena, you missed all that.
Oh, you
It was
missed
at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, some ridiculous day. There was a guy like harassing a lot of women on Twitter. He was like going around to a bunch of women's profiles and like telling them, hey, this is me, you know, like I'm here and here's my pictures. And if you want to talk, this is my number. And so I went live and I started following him around to all of these posts he was doing on all these women's profiles. And I was like, oh, Michael, there you are, Michael. I've been looking all over for you. Why are you cheating on me, Michael? The children miss you. Come home, Michael.
You know what? I
That's
hear
right.
Michael and I'm thinking 90 Day Fiance. You know what I'm talking about, right, man?
I know exactly
Wait.
what you're talking about.
Michael! I'm
Michael.
not putting up with their crap anymore.
I'm an
American.
That's why. Okay, that's why I don't know. I haven't looked at Angela's shit yet. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Take this shit.
Angela is still better than what's her name, baby girl Lisa. I'd take an Angela over baby girl
I
Lisa
would
any
too.
day.
Oh God, yeah.
Baby girl
Angela.
Lisa gonna beat that man. She gonna get him in America and beat his ass. I could see that coming.
True.
Go buy Mandy's book.
Yes.
And
go
coming out for
buy.
High Council in 2.5 hours. Robot Head, World Class Bullshitters, and myself.
Nice.
Come hang out for it, guys.
Nice. Well, folks, you can catch me at 8:30 p.m. tonight over on the Dark Council. It will be on Demongenized channel this week, and we have 3 special guests. 19K Fox is going to be on the show. the ladies from Forces of Light Entertainment are going to be on the show, as will Danny, aka Comics Chat, will be on the show. So please come and check it out, because the week after that, the Dark Council guys are going to be getting together in New York, causing all kinds of heck.
Oh
And
my
I told them,
gosh.
I said, don't call me for bail money. That's it. I'm
Uh-uh.
don't
Nope.
don't freaking call me.
Called
Bail
the
yourself out.
Marginai.
Tell him to lick that spoon to get himself out of jail.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
sure he
are
can
there gonna
raise
be
the
any
funds.
spoons?
Yeah, tell him to put together a GoFundMe when y'all asses wind up in jail.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He just needs to do a little spoon licking. You'll be fine.
You be
Yep,
all right.
I'll donate $1 per lick of spoon. Of the spoon. Of the
Uh-huh. Sure, that's what you did.
Maddie's over there going, there is no spoon.
The spoon looks, it's in a weird shape, man. Like, are we sure the spoon? Does it skip things? Are we sure?
And of course, folks, you can catch me on Friday for the lunchtime show where aka Rita from Raw Observations is actually going to be on my channel. So that's Friday at 12 noon. And of course, Saturday morning is going to be the theme park stream where I will be streaming from the Magic Kingdom out at Walt Disney World for the 50th. So please come out, hang out with me, and see all the crazy tourists and neat stuff going on at Walt Disney World. That's going to be that Saturday at the Saturday 8:30 p.m. and also Sunday at 8 p.m. I will be at Epcot for the 50th anniversary. So going to be doing some theme park streams, running around, looking at stuff, hanging out, trying not to buy a whole lot of disrespectful desserts, but just having a good time. So hopefully folks can join me. And thank you guys again, as always, for joining us on these streams. I have so much fun with these ladies. And Fat Steven, what do you have going on tonight? I didn't forget you.
I didn't say you did. I was just waiting for the giggling to stop. Well, I thank you for having me, Lorraine. It's been an honor being a co-host here on this anime girl with all the girls and ladies. I suggest we replace Mary with another Fat Steven. I can get a parody. We can just get him in there. And just make it very uncomfortable. Yeah, that's how it sounds. Yeah, that's how it sounds.
He's been planning that since the beginning.
Yeah, I've been taking notes. I've been taking notes.
It was a joke.
That's not
It
funny.
wasn't even a joke. It was
I'm
just
emotionally
playing.
insecure. Okay, I'm already fat.
You
It's in my name.
hurt
all right?
him. Okay,
You
that's
did.
how it.
You hurt me a lot.
Emotional hurt is like physical pain. So
It
you
is.
stab
I'm
me,
like
stab
Deku
me.
here. I'm crying
Compliment
so much.
to Fatal J, as opposed to like I wasn't trying to rip
You
you
call him
down.
Fatal
I was trying to-
J? Were you about to call him
J.
Fatal? You're about to
Well,
call him
we're
Fatal
looking
J?
to replace you, aren't we?
Oh,
It's Fatal
Lord.
J.
All
now.
right, you can catch me on my channel. Usually I'm doing gaming in the morning, gaming at night. I am co-hosting. I'll help Miranda with the lunch table. It's gone over a year almost now.
Yeah.
Pop on and welcome to Florida. Buy Mandy's book. Buy Mary's cancel book. It's eventually going to come up there. It's just going to say, Fat Steven, get rid of him. Check into Eris. She does a lot of long, like EFAP style shows, and her and Avalon will probably be very good together.
Oh my
She
God.
is a delight. She has popped on Babylon 5 yesterday. She's been getting into the Fortnite stuff.
Mhm.
You wish I was an owl. That I
He's
don't know.
a mockery of me. He's weird.
Other than that, the 6th to the 9th is the beta for Battlefield 2042. I will be doing that as much as I can, as well as early access, and hoping to get something worked out that I can't say too much about, but it has to do with another actress or actor from Babylon 5 coming on the show.
Ooh,
Cool.
fun.
Cool.
That's
We'll
exciting.
send you an invite this time because we know you're a fan.
Ooh,
Mandy.
I'm just gonna say this: Stain
Goddamn.
from My Hero
Stan.
Academia. My Hero
Oh,
Academia.
Stain is badass.
All for
Holy
one.
shit.
That's right, one for all.
Totally
All
badass. One Piece is never gonna. Well, I guess it really is
Yeah.
gonna end now, but I can't get to that. There's way too many,
Hey,
too
Steven,
many
you wanna-
episodes.
Steven, you want to play some Fortnite or something after this? I feel like we should spend some time together.
Let's make it. Tell everyone is a member to Fat Steven's channel right now. Come over to Mary's and play Fortnite instead. Cancel him. He don't need nothing.
No,
I'm gonna ruin him from the inside out.
literally
There's
the
too much
exact opposite
toxic
of what I
politeness.
just said.
I know.
I was trying
Remember
to
the
be
last time we played Fortnite? You and Andrew yelled at me for 2 hours, calling me "you fat douchebag" and falling out of helicopters. You're like,
Oh,
Not how
thank
you
remember
God.
He's never gonna forget that helicopter.
no, I
thing.
didn't forget anything. No.
Well, folks, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will check you out next time in 4 weeks. The Rising of the Shield Hero. Check it out. We will be back here in 4 weeks to discuss it.
I hope I have a job.
Take care. Bye.